Lay it on, Fernando.
New year, new video, new radio.
That's right, the DDX394 is here. We're going to unbox it and tell you all about it. So stay tuned. So thanks for tuning in to the show. As a reminder, we do this thing 5 days a week. So subscribe so you don't miss anything. We have new products all the time, as well as doing from the install bay. So you'll be sure to want to check those out. But on to today's show. The DDX394 is here. So let's go ahead, open it up, take a look at it, see what comes in the box. Comes for an extension for the emergency brake wire.
Yes, sir.
Comes with a Bluetooth microphone. Comes with a power plug. Comes with a DIN-sized trim bezel. Comes with the owner's manual, warranty card, bag of screws, and extraction tool. Got the radio here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the back, shall we? Alright, so taking a look at the back of the radio, we have the Sirius XM SXV300 input right here. We have the iDataLink Maestro input right here. Of course, the power plug input is right here. On the other side, we have the AM/FM antenna located right here. New this year is 6-channel 5-volt preamp output. So you have rear, you have front, and you have sub. You have your video output for your rear seat entertainment, just video, no audio. You have your rear backup camera input located here on the bottom. Now these two are both yellow, so when you're plugging in a backup camera, make sure you remember the bottom one is for the camera. Next you have your auxiliary input, you have your microphone input. They're both the same size. One is recessed, one is sticking out, so be careful when you're plugging those in. Make sure you put the mic in the right hole. You have a couple wires hanging off the back. The first one being the front view camera input. You also have the brake wire. This can just be grounded. That'll bypass the radio. You have the reverse trigger input. This is the purple white wire. In order for this to function, it needs to be hooked up to the reverse light feed. And last but not least, you have the attached USB that is about 1 meter long.
1 meter long.
1 meter.
Like
3.2 feet, something like that.
Okay, yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to spin it around and power it up and show you some of the cool stuff it does on the other side. So when the radio first powers up, you're going to get a list of things to choose from as far as your settings go. You're going to want to go ahead and set all these up. First one being shut off the demo mode, because it's really annoying. Next is going to be language. This one has 21 different languages to choose from. Simply by scrolling down, you can pick the language of your choice. You have front camera. Select enter. This will give you the ability to turn on the front camera as well as reverse image. So this means you can use any camera you want to do the front camera, because if it comes pre-reversed for backup, you can select on and it'll auto reverse it for you. Next is rear camera. Rear camera interruption. So if you do have the backup camera, you'll want to turn that on. Parking guidelines. If your camera doesn't have guidelines, you can turn them on, as well as go in and adjust the way they're set up. Simply by touching the arrows, you can move around. You can change which one is highlighted green and move that one as well. Once you're done, select initialize and it'll put it in memory. Select back arrow. Next is user customize. This is where you get to make the unit look nice and more appealing to you. Here you have 9 user preset image, as well as 1 that you can import your own. You also have 8 colors, as well as 1 user and scan. User allows you to go in and pick any color you want. Now, since we're talking about the screen, a couple things to note. This is a clear resistive touchscreen with a 6.2-inch display. It's LED backlight. It's 800 by 480 pixels. Next is viewing angle. Viewing angle is something new this year. What this allows you to do is it'll, through contrast and brightness adjustments, allow you to pick the angle of the display, and it will brighten or decrease depending on where you're viewing. Once you've picked the viewing angle of your choice, go ahead and select X, select Finish, and now you'll be all set and ready to use the radio. Alright, so now that we're done with the setup, let's go ahead and take a look at sources that are available to you. First on the list is iPod. Go ahead and select iPod. You have two choices in which way you can hook it up. You can either hook it up over Bluetooth and or plug it in via the cable. If you hit the home icon, go to Gears, select System, iPod Setup. You could select USB 1 wire, USB plus aux, or Bluetooth. Select Next, select the phone, select OK, then X out of it. It'll go ahead and connect up to your phone. Next on the list is Bluetooth audio. So here you could play any Bluetooth music you want. So anything, it doesn't matter, Slacker or anything like that that isn't natively controlled on the radio, you can play via Bluetooth. Now, a couple new things about Bluetooth. New this year is Music Mix. If you see right here, it says the name of the phone. If you could pair up to 5 phones to the Bluetooth audio circuit and change from the phone itself. So the idea behind Music Mix is so that when you guys are all hanging out, you got your car stereo playing, we could be playing a song off my phone, and his phone is paired to it as well. Go ahead and press play.
Okay, got it.
It'll automatically go ahead and switch to Nando's phone.
Yes, sir.
And then we can listen to his phone for a while. And then if we want to go back to my phone, we select that. It'll go ahead and switch back to my phone.
Yes.
You can do that with up to, like I said, 5 phones. So everyone can just have a music mix party. So we also have an AM/FM radio built into this. You have FM1, FM2, FM3. And you can control those simply by opening the door here. You can tap up or down, and it'll take you through all your presets. FM1, 2, and 3. If you come down, you see FF2, and then you also have AM1, which is all the way down on the bottom, or you can select it here. Now, you select this icon here, and this will pull up all your sources. So here, this is showing us we have a CD DVD player. Right here is the USB. A couple things you can do with USB this year is obviously you can play thumb drives. This will read anything encoded in a FAT32 format. This also has 5 volt, 1.5 amp output, as well as it will read FLAC audio files. Bluetooth audio we've pretty much covered. Your AV input is the aux input located on the back, so if you want to access aux, it would be through this here. Sirius XM, this will work as we said with the SXV300. OEM features is for the iDataLink interface. Standby, if you press and hold this, it'll shut the display off. What this will allow you to do is give you the illusion of the radio being off, but will still allow you to receive Bluetooth phone calls. We hit home again. Apps really doesn't do any. So you have iHeartRadio Control, Spotify, and Pandora, which is located right here, all over Bluetooth and or USB, depending on which one you choose. Now, if for some reason you do like to plug in your Android phone, this little Android guy with the music note next to it right here is for Android Music. iPod, we've pretty much covered. Telephone. Let's talk about the telephone for a minute. This particular radio has dual phone pairing, so you can have 2 phones paired at the same time and have access to either one. So if I were to receive a phone call right now, it would automatically switch over to my phone, and I would be able to answer the phone. Same is true the opposite way. If we're on my phone, it'll switch here. You can also select which phone book you'd like to have access to, and then the phone book is located here. This is Siri Eyes Free. If you press and hold this, it'll automatically launch Siri for you and or Google Voice. The one nice thing that you can do, we'll go back to home, if you hit the gears, you hit display, and you go to page 2, Up here you'll notice Home Customize. Select Enter. Come up here. We could change this one. We can come here. We could change that one. So you can change the icons any way you like on the face of the radio to further customize it to your needs. Screen Adjust. Select Enter. This is where your brightness and blackness control is, as well as turning the dimmer on and off. Now, so far the radio has been packed full of features. It's got tons of new sources that are available to it. It's got a ton of customization as far as setup for appearance go. But what are we missing? What do we need to talk about still?
Audio.
That's correct. This guy is packed full of awesome audio. I mean, why would you put a 5-volt preamp on a radio and not pack it full of a bitchin' audio system? As far as equalization and all that fun stuff. So let's take a quick look at that, and then we'll get you guys out of here. First off, we need to make sure it's on a source. Now, there's two ways to get to the EQ in this. You can tap this button right here, and it will automatically take you to the 13-band EQ. Now, it has presets. It's going to have 7 presets. You know, rock, pop, easy, top 40, jazz, powerful, natural, as well as 1 user setting. You also have the subwoofer volume control located right here as well, so it's easy to get to. Over here you'll notice where it says all source. The reason why this is here is it allows you to do all source equalization, meaning no matter what source you have it on, the EQ will be set the same, or you can change it to what's called source tone adjust. That means whatever source you're on, you can have your own user customization for that source. So let's say on FM you like powerful, on satellite radio you might like top 40. You can do that with this. So if we arrow back, it'll take us to the home page. Now we want to select home, gears, audio. So equalizer we just talked about, sound effects. This is going to take us to what I like to call the fun page. This is where all the neat DSP stuff is. So you have loudness control, which is just low or high. Bass boost, you really don't need this, but it does have 5 steps of bass boost. Drive equalizer allows you to reduce road noise. Space enhancer virtually enhances the sound. Using the DSP basically makes the sound bigger. Supreme reduces loss due to compression. Realizer takes the sound and makes it sound more realistic. And then Stage EQ takes the center channel frequencies and moves them up or down into dash, giving you a better center sound. Next up is balance and fader. Pretty straightforward. You can move it around wherever you like, or just select center. You have speakers and crossovers. So this allows you to do a multitude of things. For one, it allows you to pick the type of car you're putting it in. You can come over here and tell it where the speakers are. Then you can come in and tell it what size speaker you have and whether you have a tweeter or not. And from there you can be pretty much done. You don't actually have to go into crossover. However, if you'd like to go into the crossover and do a more advanced setting, go ahead and select crossover. And from here you can turn on the frequency you would like, as well as your slope, which is 6, 12, 18, or 24 dB per octave slope. Then you can go back and do that for your rear, as well as your subwoofer. Next on the list is time alignment. Time alignment allows you to go in and add delays to the music so that all the sound gets to your head at the same time. Next on the list is volume offset. Volume offset allows you to go in and gain up or down different sources. One more thing to talk about before we wrap this up. We'll go into the settings, we'll go to system, we'll go to page 2. Page 2 allows you to turn on and off the beep, so if you don't like the obnoxious beeping noise, you can turn that off. Set up memory. This is a big one. This one allows you to go in and after you've gotten this all set up and sounding amazing, select yes, and that'll allow you to save your AV and audio settings so that if the battery is disconnected, it will recall them all. If you go to page 3 in your system settings, you can select system information. Select enter, and this will give you all your version numbers, so if you ever need to do an update, this is where it's located here. So as you can see, this radio is packed full of really cool stuff.
Yes, it is.
And the improvements they made this year are pretty neat. That tilt thing is really cool. I think that's going to be nice. You know, those dashes that are really hard to see. That brings me to another point that I forgot to mention. It's a new display screen this year. They went with a new display that's to help reduce glare. So kudos on that. I can't wait to actually see them in cars and see if it reduces the glare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. Now, naturally, we kind of grazed over some of the features. We didn't go real in-depth on them. That's just what we do for these. We will have more videos that go dig deep into each one of those features. We just want to touch on, you know, give you an overview, show you the cool features that it comes with, yada, 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 etc., etc., etc. So make sure you subscribe to check those out. We'll have those out eventually after this one.
Yes, because we make this 5 days a week.
So we have to have tons of content for you to watch. Yay! Wrap it up.
Alright, so thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
And as usual, you guys have a great night. Comment, thumbs up, do all that cool stuff down below. We'll see you later. Bye. This year, it has Music Mitch. So the idea behind Music Mitch... Mix. Why am I having such a hard time with mix? Mix party.
In the car, yes.
Fucking idiots with the horn.